Time doesn't always take things away. Sometimes it asks for something back. And this time it asks Claire. Claire Fraser has faced death more times than most people face fear. She has stood on battlefields soaked in blood. She has watched history repeat its cruelty again and again. Through it all, she survived because she believed in one thing: love was always worth the pain. But in Season 8, that belief is tested in a way it never has been before. This moment doesn't arrive with shouting or violence. There is no sword raised, no gun fired. It comes quietly, almost gently. And that is what makes it so devastating. Claire is no longer fighting time. She is standing still inside it, forced to look at everything she has lived through and ask herself a question she has avoided for years. How much can one heart endure before it finally breaks? She has traveled through centuries, carried memories that never fade, and healed others while hiding her own wounds. Time has taken her youth, her peace, and many she loved. Yet she kept going because there was always a reason to keep going. Always someone to choose. Always hope waiting on the other side of pain. But now, time is no longer something she can outrun. In this moment, Claire understands something painful and clear. Some choices cannot be undone. No medicine can fix them. No courage can soften them. Once made, they live inside you forever. And this is the kind of choice that does not ask what you want. It asks what you are willing to lose. The weight of every year she has lived presses down on her. Every goodbye, every sacrifice, every promise she kept even when it hurt. This is not just about the present. It is about all the versions of Claire that came before this one, the woman who believed love would always find a way. Now she must decide if love sometimes means letting go. The silence around her is heavy, almost loud. And in that silence, Claire realizes the truth that will change everything. This time, surviving may hurt more than dying. Claire stands at a place she has feared without ever naming it. Not the edge of time, not the danger of war, but the moment where every path forward leads to loss. For the first time, there is no clear answer waiting for her. No instinct to trust. No voice from the future to guide her hand. She has always made choices fast, driven by need, by instinct, by the pull to save a life. That is who she is, a healer. A fighter, a woman who refuses to stand by while others suffer. But this choice does not ask her to act. It asks her to stop, to accept that saving one thing may mean destroying another. Her heart pulls her in one direction. Love always does. Love reminds her of every reason she crossed stones, broke rules, and defied history itself. Love tells her that holding on is brave, that staying is strength, that choosing the people you love is never wrong. But her mind tells a different story. It reminds her of everything she has seen when choices are made for the wrong reasons. It reminds her that good intentions do not stop pain, that sometimes love can become selfish without meaning to, and that protecting someone you love may require you to step away from them forever. Claire feels the weight of her past lives pressing against her chest. She has already lived more than one lifetime. She has already been given more time than most people ever will. And now she must ask herself a question that hurts more than any wound she has healed. Do I choose what my heart wants? Or what time demands? There is fear in this moment, but it is not fear of death. It is fear of regret. Fear of waking up every day knowing she chose wrong. Fear of becoming the reason someone else suffers. This is not a battle she can fight with skill or strength. It is a battle she must survive by breaking her own heart. Her hands tremble, not because she is weak, but because she understands the cost. Whatever she chooses, something precious will be lost. And once the choice is made, there will be no going back through the stones to fix it. Claire has faced history's worst moments. But this is the first time history is asking her to decide its outcome. The moment arrives without warning. No dramatic signal, no final chance to turn back. Just a quiet understanding settling deep inside Claire, heavy and final. She knows, and knowing is what hurts the most. She does not rush. She does not speak. This is not the kind of choice that can be explained with words. Anything she says would sound like a lie, even if it isn't. so she stays silent, letting the truth sit between her and everything she is about to lose. Her eyes linger on what she loves, memorizing details she never thought she would need to. Remember like this: the sound of a breath, the shape of a familiar presence, the comfort she has carried across time itself. These are not memories yet, but she already feels them slipping away. Claire chooses not with courage, but with acceptance. She understands now that love is not always about holding on. Sometimes love is about stepping back so someone else can move forward, even if it means standing alone. Even if it means carrying the pain so no one else has to. When the decision is finally made, nothing around her changes. The world does not react. Time does not pause. And that is what makes it unbearable. Life continues as if nothing has happened, while everything inside her fractures. This is not a victory. There is no relief. Only a sharp, quiet ache that spreads through her chest and settles there. She has made the right choice, and it has cost her more than she was ready to give. She does not cry. Not yet. Tears would mean release, and this moment offers none. Instead, she swallows the pain and locks it inside herself, the way she has learned to do over many lifetimes. Claire has saved countless lives. But in this moment, she sacrifices her own happiness without anyone asking her to. And that may be the most heartbreaking thing she has ever done. The choice is over. But the consequences are just beginning. After the choice is made, the world feels strangely empty. Not because something has ended, but because something is missing. Claire moves through the moments that follow like a shadow of herself. She speaks. When she has to, she listens when spoken to. But inside there is a quiet space where something once lived, and now it is gone. There is no celebration for sacrifice. No comfort for doing the right thing. The people around her continue on, unaware of what she has given up so they could have a future. And Claire lets them. She has never needed recognition. This choice was never meant to be seen. At night, the silence is the hardest. Without distraction, the weight of what she has lost settles in. She remembers how love once felt like safety, how it gave her strength. Now it feels like a wound that will never fully heal. Not because she doubts her choice, but because knowing it was necessary does not make it painless. This moment changes Claire forever. She is still strong, still brave. Still the woman who defied time itself. But something softer inside her has shifted. She understands now that survival does not always look like winning. Sometimes it looks like living with the cost of love. And yet, even in loss, her legacy remains powerful. Claire's story has never been about conquering time. It has been about honoring it. About understanding that every moment matters because it cannot be repeated. Her choice proves that love is not measured by how long you hold on, but by how much you are willing to give. She walks forward carrying grief, but also purpose. The kind that comes from knowing she protected something greater than herself. And though her heart is heavier, it is also deeper, shaped by a love that asked for everything and received it. This is not the end of Claire's story. It is the moment that defines it. Some choices don't close a chapter. They become the reason the story will never be forgotten.